Over 50 cases of the measles virus have been reported this year. This is a disease that was thought to be eradicated decades ago. Many people are wondering how this disease has returned and how this illness has been reintroduced.
The measles epidemic that we're seeing in Clark County and in Portland, we don't know where exactly it started, but we do know this. Measles has been eradicated from the United States for a number of years, meaning we don't have any transmission between patients or people who are living here. It hasn't been eradicated elsewhere in the world, and so presumably somebody with measles got on a plane and exposed to somebody who was susceptible to measles here in Clark County, and then they, again, in turn spread to other people who were also susceptible. That increased susceptibility was due to a lot of people not vaccinating.
On January 11th, a person carrying the measles virus entered a Portland Trailblazers game. Shortly after, many cases were reported around Oregon and in Washington. Many people are suspicious on how this vaccination disease has been reintroduced with all the new technologies that we have. Here's some professionals who have some answers for us.
My basic understanding of measles is that it is a virus that is highly contagious, and that it, in fact, for 90, usually within the first 10 days, I've heard that you might have it and you don't even know that you are contagious.
What we like them to do, because measles is so transmittable, meaning it can pass from one person with just a few little respiratory droplets, we like them, if they think they might have measles, to call ahead so that we don't put them in the waiting room with other people who might be susceptible. So if you might have measles, symptoms that you would have would be fever, red eyes, runny nose, and then a developing rash. And that's not typical for measles. A lot of illnesses can cause that, but measles is one of them. So if you think you might have measles because you've been exposed to someone with measles, you're not vaccinated, and you've got those symptoms, we first have them please call ahead so we can isolate them and not bring them into and expose other people. We do not have any evidence that the measles vaccine causes autism. There are some studies in the early aughts and late 90s that suggested a link. That was just a suggestion, and then there did multiple follow-up studies and even looked at that original investigator's data, looking at whether or not he interpreted that data correctly, and the answer was he didn't interpret it and potentially falsified that data. And then on top of that, there are multiple other studies looking at cause and effect of measles vaccine and autism. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on one's point of view, there's no evidence of a direct link between the two. It gets a little bit confusing because a lot of kids are diagnosed with autism around the age of 12 months to 15 months to 2 years of age, and that's the exact same time that people are getting vaccinated for measles.
As all of these healthcare professionals said, vaccinations are very important, so please vaccinate your kids to keep everyone safe. McKenna's Oren reporting from Randall's Children's Hospital with KNCB News.